Good morning everyone, this is class 12th, subject chemistry, chapter 11, alcohols, phenols and ethers, lecture number 6. Topics of today's lecture are physical properties of ethers and chemical reaction of ethers. At the end, I will discuss the homework solution of lecture number 5. Physical properties of ethers. First is physical state. Diethyl ether and ethyl methyl ethers are gases at ordinary temperature, whereas higher homologous members are liquids and they have characteristic ether smell. Second is dipolar nature. Because of greater electronegativity of oxygen than carbon, the carbon-oxygen bond in ether are slightly polar and thus they have a dipole moment. Third is boiling points. Ethers are isomeric with monohydric alcohols, but their boiling points are much lower than those of isomeric alcohols. The reason is ethers do not form hydrogen bond and therefore do not show molecular association. So here two compounds are written, one is ether and second is alcohol. The boiling point of ether is lower as compared to alcohol. The reason is in ethers, no hydrogen bond is there, whereas in case of alcohol, strong intermolecular hydrogen bonding is present. And due to presence of strong intermolecular hydrogen bonding in alcohol molecules, their boiling points are higher as compared to ethers. Next property is solubility. Ethers containing up to 3 carbon atoms are soluble in water, and the solubility is because of the formation of hydrogen bond between water and ether molecules. So here hydrogen bond formation takes place between water molecules and ether, and this is the reason ethers containing up to 3 carbon atoms are soluble in water. So this is all about the physical properties of ethers. Chemical reactions of ethers. First is cleavage of carbon-oxygen bond in ethers. Cleavage of carbon-oxygen bond in ethers takes place under drastic conditions with excess of hydrogen halides, because ethers are the least reactive functional group. Therefore, reactions takes place only under drastic conditions and with excess of hydrogen halides. So here is the reaction. Ether with hydrogen halide results in the formation of alkyl halide and alcohol. And if excess of hydrogen halide is taken, then this alcohol further react with HX and results in the formation of RX and H2O. Second case is if alkyl aryl ethers are given, then alkyl aryl ethers are cleaved at the alkyl oxygen bond due to the more stable aryl oxygen bond. Second case is if alkyl aryl ether, this is aryl group and this is alkyl group. So if alkyl aryl ether is given and reaction with HX in case of alkyl aryl ethers takes place and the bond is cleaved at the alkyl side, because this aryl oxygen bond is stable due to some partial double bond character in this aryl oxygen bond. Here is the reaction alkyl aryl ether with HX. So phenol and RX is the product in this reaction. Now ethers with two different alkyl groups are also cleaved in the same manner, that is ROR dash, where R and R dash are different. So reaction of ROR dash with HX results in the formation of RX and R dash OH. And the order of reactivity of hydrogen halide is as follows. HI are the most reactive, then HBr and then HCl. Now let us understand the mechanism of this reaction in detail. So here is the reaction. ROR plus HX is giving ROH plus RX. Now with the help of our example, we will understand the mechanism of this reaction. So here reaction of diethyl ether with HI, the product is ethyl iodide and ethanol. If excess of acid, that is HI, is used, then this alcohol, that is ethanol, further react with HI and here again this alcohol converts to ethyl iodide. So if we want to write down the overall reaction when excess of HI is used, so the reaction is diethyl ether plus HI is giving 2 ethyl iodide plus water. Now let us discuss the mechanism of this reaction with the help of one example. So here methoxyethane is given. So ethers being Lewis base undergoes protonation to form oxonium ion. First step is protonation of ether. Here lone pair of electron is present on oxygen in ether. Therefore these lone pair of electron attack on this H positive, and here protonation of ethers takes place and oxonium ion forms, and this I negative is released. Iodide ion is a good nucleophile, and due to steric hindrance it attacks the smaller alkyl group of oxonium ion. So here two alkyl groups are present, one is methyl and one is ethyl. Methyl group is smaller as compared to ethyl, so this I negative, this nucleophile attack on this smaller alkyl group due to less steric hindrance, and therefore it attacks the smaller alkyl group of oxonium ion formed in step 1 and displaces the alcohol molecule by SN2 mechanism. So here this I negative attack on this carbon atom because this group is smaller, and from here this carbon oxygen bond is broken and this alcohol is formed, and this takes place through SN2 mechanism, that is the nucleophile attacks from the back side and the transition state is formed, and here we are getting methyl iodide plus ethanol. Again I am repeating, this nucleophile attack on the smaller alkyl group due to less steric hindrance. So here in this case methyl group is smaller than ethyl group, therefore this iodide ion attack on this alkyl group, and here methyl iodide and ethanol is formed. Now if excess of hydrogen halide is used, then this alcohol further react with HI, that is when excess of hydrogen iodide is used, ethanol thus formed react with another molecule of HI to form methyl iodide. So here again this ethanol react with HI, the lone pair of electron present on oxygen attack on this H plus, and here protonated alcohol form. Now this I negative again attack on this carbon atom, and here we are getting ethyl iodide plus water. So this is the mechanism of this reaction. Now here one important note is written: greater the nucleophilicity of the halide ion, more reactive is the halogen acid. Since the nucleophilicity of the halide ion follows the sequence, I negative is a better nucleophile than Br negative, and Br negative is a better nucleophile than Cl negative. That is why Hi is the most reactive with ether, or you can say that Hi, that is halogen acid, is more reactive because the nucleophilicity of the I negative ion is more as compared to these. Therefore, reactivity of halogen acid follows the same sequence. Hi is the most reactive, then HBr, and then HCl. Now next reaction is here two different R groups are attached in ether. One R group is methyl and second is isopropyl. Now reaction of this ether with HI, again this reaction takes place via SN2 mechanism, and first step is the lone pair of electron present on oxygen attack on this H positive, and from here I negative is released. In second step, this I negative attack on this carbon atom because this group is smaller as compared to this isopropyl group. So here two products are formed. One is methyl iodide and second is isopropyl alcohol. Now third is, if however one of the alkyl group is tertiary. Now in case of ether, if one R group is tertiary, then the product is different. Here this R group is tertiary, one R group is tertiary butyl group and one is methyl group. So reaction of this ether with Hi at 373 Kelvin results in the formation of CH3OH and this tertiary butyl iodide. Here the smaller group is methyl group, but the iodine attack on this bigger alkyl group. What is the reason behind this, or how these two products are formed in case of tertiary alkyl halide? In case when one group is tertiary group. So the reason is, this is due to the reason now the reaction occurs via SN1 mechanism. When one of the R group is tertiary group in ether, then the reaction occurs via SN1 mechanism and the formation of product is controlled by the stability of carbocation. So whenever one group is tertiary group, then SN1 mechanism favors and the formation of product is controlled by the stability of carbocation, resulting from the cleavage of carbon-oxygen bond in protonated ether. In mechanism, the first step is protonation of ether. So here the lone pair of electron present on oxygen attack on this H positive, and here protonated ether is formed, or you can say oxonium ion. Now if one R group is tertiary R group, then the carbon-oxygen bond is cleaved, that is this bond is cleaved, and here carbocation, that is tertiary butyl carbocation is formed and this alcohol molecule will be released. Now I negative nucleophile attack on this carbocation and here we are getting tertiary butyl iodide. So whenever one R group is tertiary group, then in that case product is different. Nucleophile attack on the tertiary group and the product is different, because whenever one group is tertiary group, the reaction occurs via SN1 mechanism and the stability of product depends upon the carbocation formation. Now next reaction is, here alkyl aryl ether is given, so reaction of alkyl aryl ether with Hi. So this bond will be cleaved because this bond is weaker as compared to this, and the product is phenol and methyl iodide. Next type of reaction of ethers is electrophilic substitution reaction. Alkoxy group, that is OR, is ortho-para directing and activates the aromatic ring towards electrophilic substitution reaction. This is the structure of ether, that is ROR. Now here OR group is placed at benzene ring, and here lone pair of electron is present on oxygen. These lone pair of electrons are involved in the conjugation with this benzene ring, and therefore increases the electron density at benzene ring, and electron density increases at ortho and para position. Therefore this OR group activates the benzene ring, or it makes the benzene ring electron rich. Therefore it can easily attack on the electrophile, and this OR group activates this benzene ring towards electrophilic substitution reaction. So alkoxy group OR is a ortho-para directing and it activates the benzene ring towards electrophilic substitution reaction, because due to the presence of lone pair on oxygen, these are involved in the conjugation with this benzene ring, and therefore increases electron density on benzene ring, and therefore electrophilic substitution reaction takes place. So first reaction is halogenation. The name is anisole. So reaction of anisole with Br2 in ethanoic acid. So here Br gets attached at para and ortho position. So whenever we want to convert anisole to 2-bromoanisole or 4-bromoanisole, so we will add Br2 in ethanoic acid, and here we will get 2-bromoanisole and 4-bromoanisole. Second is nitration. So here nitrating mixture is HNO3 and H2SO4, and the electrophile is NO2 positive. So reaction of anisole with HNO3 and H2SO4 results in the formation of 2-nitroanisole and 4-nitroanisole. That is, this electrophile NO2 gets attached at ortho and para position. Next is Friedel-Crafts reaction. So first is Friedel-Crafts alkylation. When this ether is treated with alkyl halide, that is with methyl chloride in presence of anhydrous AlCl3 and the solvent is carbon disulfide. So here CH3 group gets attached to para and ortho position. Second reaction is Friedel-Crafts acylation. This is acyl chloride CH3COCl. So when this ether is treated with CH3COCl in presence of anhydrous AlCl3, COCH3 group gets attached at ortho and para position. Now here the dotted line, which is represented by green color, the name for this is acetophenone. And here the complete name of this compound is 2-methoxyacetophenone. So these are the reactions, these are the electrophilic substitution reaction of ethers: halogenation, nitration and Friedel-Crafts reactions. Now this is all about chapter number 11, alcohols, phenols and ethers. After doing this, you can solve NCERT in text question number 10, 11, 12 and NCERT exercise 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 and 33. Now I will be discussing the homework solution of lecture number 5. NCERT in text question number 11.6 gives structures of products you would expect when each of the following alcohol react with HCl, zinc chloride, second is HBr and third is SOCl2. So here first is reaction of butanol with these three. This is primary alcohol. Now reaction of primary alcohol with HCl and zinc chloride. At room temperature, this will not give any reaction. So this product will not form. In case of HBr, this OH group is replaced by Br and here butyl bromide is formed. With SOCl2, so reaction of alcohol with SOCl2, this hydroxyl group is replaced by Cl and SO2 and HCl gas will be released. Now the reaction of these three with this alcohol, that is 2-methyl butane 2-ol. Now this is tertiary alcohol, reaction of tertiary alcohol with HCl and zinc chloride. So this OH is replaced by Cl. Reaction with HBr is again this hydroxyl group is replaced by Br and with SOCl2. So here this hydroxyl group is replaced by Cl and SO2 and HCl gas will be released. So these are the reactions with butane 1-ol and with 2-methyl butane 2-ol. Question number 7th is predict the major product of acid catalyzed hydration of 1-methyl cyclohexanol. This is the formula for 1-methyl cyclohexanol. Now acid catalyzed dehydration. So here two possibilities. One is OH will be removed from this carbon atom and hydrogen will be removed from. There are two cases. Either it can remove from this carbon atom or from these two carbon atoms, and these two positions are same. Now here two products are formed, that is two alkenes are formed, and this is the major product because this alkene is more alkylated. So dehydration of 1-methyl cyclohexanol results in the formation of two product and this product is major product. Next is dehydration of butane 1-ol. So here OH from this carbon atom and hydrogen from this carbon atom will be eliminated and here this alkene is formed. Now next question is question number 8. Ortho and para nitrophenols are more acidic than phenol. Draw the resonance structures of the corresponding phenoxide ion. So this is the corresponding phenoxide ion for ortho nitrophenol. Now here this negative charge is delocalized on benzene ring, and here nitro group is present at ortho position. So first structure is this negative charge comes in between this oxygen and carbon, and from here is shifting of this pi bond to this carbon atom. So this resonating structure is formed. Now here at ortho position nitro group is placed. Now this negative charge also delocalized on this NO2 group. So this negative shift between this nitrogen and carbon, and here this double bond is shifted to this oxygen. So here is the next resonating structure. Now again this negative charge come here, and this double bond is shifted between this carbon and carbon, and this pi bond is shifted to this carbon. So here is the resonating structure. Now again this negative charge, it comes in between these two carbon, and this pi bond come on this carbon atom. So these are the resonating structure for orthonitrophenol, that is the corresponding phenoxide ion of orthonitrophenol. Similarly, we can draw the structure for paranitrophenol, that is the corresponding ion, phenoxide ion for paranitrophenol. Next is question number 9. Write the equations involved in the following reactions: Riemann-Tiemann reaction and Kolbe's reaction. So this we have already discussed during the lecture. Next question is question number 17th NCERT exercise. Give equations. First is alcohol in presence of KMnO4 OH negative. So this CH2OH will be converted to COOH, that is alcohol converts to carboxylic acid. Next is reaction of phenol in presence of Br2 in carbon disulfide. So here two products are formed, orthobromophenol and parabromophenol. Next is reaction of phenol in presence of dilute HNO3. So here nitration takes place and two products are formed, orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol. Third is reaction of phenol with CHCl3 in aqueous NaOH. So this is Riemann-Tiemann reaction, and here CHO group is placed at ortho position. Now question number 18th, 24th, 25th, 26th and 27th are already explained in lecture number 5. So these are the questions of lecture number 5. Thank you. Please like and subscribe this channel.